welcome to my channel. I'll show you how to skyrocket your confidence and cash flow so you can rock your portable, profitable coaching business in your bikini. Hey rock stars, it's Vanessa Simpkins here from takeyourpowerbacknow.com. Have you been wondering about how to get started as a coach? We get this question, I get this question all the time. New coaches telling me, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. I love this idea, Vanessa. I love what you're doing. I love all this women's empowerment. However, I don't know how to get started. Hey, good morning, Claire. Let me know if you guys are joining me. Drop your name or an emoji like Claire here in the chat. Let me know that all this amazing technology is working. I want to talk to you today about what to do first. If you want to launch your business as an online marketer, if you want to launch a coaching business and attract clients and really create a full-time income from your coaching business, here's how to get started. Claire says, your mermaid hair looks awesome. Thank you. I put this little video set up here today because, well, you guys, I always seem to make videos kind of downstairs in my office, but I thought it's so beautiful here today in Southern California. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. This is the view here outside of the master bedroom. Some really nice farms over there, and then this is kind of my little garden area. So how do you get started as a coach? And thank you, Claire. I've got some new mermaid here. New mermaid hair. What do you do first? Well, one of the first things that you need to do is figure out which lane you're going to promote yourself as an expert in. What lane you're going to promote yourself as an expert in. So the biggest problem coaches have in the beginning is, well, what am I going to call myself? How can I distinguish myself in the marketplace as an expert? And who am I serving? And then what am I selling, right? So you've got to figure out, first things first, how to pick a lane and pick a niche. Now, I've been doing this work for 10 years. My coaching business, Take Your Power Back Now, helps women all around the world. We do over $250,000 in sales every single month, and we are experts at teaching women how to get clarity on these three areas, right? How to pick a niche, how to figure out who your clients are and what problems you solve, and then how to package your services and sell them. I'm going to go over these. I'm going to give you guys some tips here in this video on these three areas. So first thing I want you guys to think about is, you have to start where you're at. So a lot of coaches get stumped with, oh my gosh, Vanessa, I'm not Tony Robbins. How are people going to pay me thousands of dollars for my services? I don't, I haven't been an expert for 10 years like you have. How can I really do this? So let me steer you in the direction of these 6 lanes, right? And you want to pick a lane, because if you don't pick a lane and you don't get specific, your marketing will be boring. You'll be saying it and spraying it and it won't land, and your audience won't hire you. So here are the 6 different lanes. Number 1, you can be a life coach. You can be, number 2, a health coach. Number 3, a business coach. Number 4, a fitness or nutrition coach. Number 5, you can be a mindset mentor, confidence, spirituality, intuition. Training goes in here. And number 6, relationships. I think I hit all of them. Health, fitness, life coaching, business coaching, mindset coaching, and relationships. Now, there are only 10 things that people actually buy. Right? People don't actually wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh my gosh, I need coaching. No, they don't say that, right? They say, I need to leave this relationship. I need to make more money. I need to figure out this health problem. There's only 10 things that people buy. So the next phase of the game, once you've figured out which lane you're in, is to figure out, okay, well, who am I actually going to target? Hey, what's up, Lisa? Let me know if you guys have questions for me here today. Just go ahead and drop them in the chat. Next, once you've figured out which lane you're going to be in, you want to figure out, okay, well, who is my audience? Who am I actually selling to? And another key here, another tip for you guys is figure out who you were 3 to 5 years ago. Who were you 3 to 5 years ago? What problems did you have? That's going to be a great ideal audience for you to target. So who were you? How old were you? What problems did you have 3 to 5 years ago? That can be a perfect ideal client avatar for you. And then you want to figure out, okay, well, what problems did that version of you have? That's really important because we're going to use that in your marketing, right? If your marketing is boring, or if you don't get engagement, or if you try to sell things that people don't actually want, you're going to struggle. And I don't want you to struggle. I want you to knock this out of the park. Why? Because I really believe that women here are going to change the world. We are here to set new standards in our marriages, with our family, with our children, with our family and friends, with our, in the job market. We're setting standards. So it's time to raise the standards. And you can't, impact and change the world until people buy your services. Not unless you're going to have, I don't know, nonprofits, or you run a nonprofit, or, you have donations. And, let's be honest, in the beginning of your business, you need to focus on sales. And what comes before sales is marketing. And this is where a lot of coaches fumble and they bumble and they struggle and they don't know how to do it. Okay, they don't know what is good copywriting. They don't know what's engaging. They don't know, is this a good program name? No, it's not. It sucks. It's boring. It's not engaging. People don't buy that. So once we figure out who your ideal avatar is, what problems you solve for profit, now we can start building out your marketing, right? These are the stories. This is the why. And what we do primarily here at Take Your Power Back Now in our 10K and 30-day bootcamp is we show you how to use your authentic stories, to position you in the marketplace as an expert that can help people solve problems. And again, if you want to check out our bootcamp, it's 10kand30dayprogram.com. I've been doing a version of this program now for the last 10 years. Our clients have made millions and millions of dollars as online coaches, experts, speakers, and are able to, create a six-figure income from home or with their laptop or traveling around the world like I did. I'm a Canadian who moved to Hawaii in the middle of winter, and now I live here in Southern California. So guys, when you get these pieces right, when you get the copywriting down, when you get the engagement, when you get the right name, when you pick the right lane, when you understand who you're targeting to, who you're marketing to, what their problems are, now we can start figuring out, okay, let's get you clear on a signature program. Why do I need a signature program, Vanessa? Well, if you're going to make any decent money, and again, we go for 10K in 30 days, $10,000 a month might sound like a real stretch to you, but it's about $120,000 a year. You'll pay some of that in taxes. Maybe you'll hire an assistant or so. And I think, that's a pretty decent income. Let's start there. So think about this logically. Like, let's remove all of the pomp and circumstance and all the fanfare and hoopla out of this equation. And let's just talk about logically, if you wanted to make $10,000 a month and you sold, like, let's say a massage therapist, an hour session at $100, you would need 100 clients, 100 people to buy that one-off session from you, which is a lot of, that's a freaking lot of work. Or you could create a high-end program that you could sell for $2,000 or $3,000. Let's start there. And then how many clients would you need to hit your goal? You'd need, if you sold a $2,000 program, you'd need 5. If you sold a $3,000 program, you'd only need 3.5 clients a month to hit your goal. Now, some people say, well, I don't know how I could even, how do I even charge? What do I sell for $3,000, Vanessa? We help you figure that out. Right? If you're not clear on any of these 3 areas, you're never going to make it. You're not going to make sales. If you don't have clarity and confidence, you won't have cash flow. So we help you get really clear on these areas. We walk you through our 10K and 30-day bootcamp. It's a blueprint. We take you through this in 8 weeks with my whole team. We have copywriters, we have mindset mentors to work with you. You get to work with me, a 7-figure earner. And what we do is we help you shortcut the learning without ever earning mode. That can take a long time. It can be really expensive and really hurt your confidence. And I want you guys to knock it out of the park, because if you're not making sales and impacting people and enrolling them into your program, you're not doing any coaching. So the marketing, the sales happens first. Claire says, and we get absolutely phenomenal insight, clarity, and wisdom. Thank you. Claire is in our program right now. So thank you for sharing that. And that's what brings you the sales. right, is the clarity. Right? When you get clear, you get into action. That action gets you the results. So your program is going to be $2,000 or $3,000. It's going to be over an extended period of time because number one, your client's going to get better results working with you over a longer period of time, and number two, they're going to pay you more, and it's going to be easier for you to hit your. So it's a win-win, right? You make more money and you only have to make 3 sales versus 100, and your clients get way better results because they're creating habits over a longer period of time. The other reason why you want to have a signature program is because you develop a system, and we help you figure that out as well. So a system shows people that, wow, if other people can follow her system, maybe I could follow her system and get the same results, right? Because nobody buys coaching. They don't. They buy the destination. So you want to sell people the destination and then give them the transportation. You want to sell people what they want and then give them what they need, right? So for example, when I talk about our 10K in 30-day program, I sell money. I sell, hey, getting clients. But what we teach our clients, what we give them is systems, is strategy, is advertising, is a lot of mindset work, helping them uncover their limiting beliefs or their gremlins, you know, helping them with habits, successful habits that, you know, what do you do every single day as an entrepreneur? What is the first thing you do in the morning? What's the next thing you do? You know, what are those habits of a 6-figure earner? Sell people the destination, give them the transportation. Sell people what they want, give them what they need. So the name of your program has to talk to people about the destination, about what they really want. And this is where coaches stumble and struggle. And it really can be, you know, sorted out in a matter of minutes. And that's the power of getting clarity. So I hope you guys will join me on the inside of the 10K and 30-day program, because we can shortcut that learning curve to 8 weeks. We have tons of clients on our website that get phenomenal results. These are some of them are brand new coaches. Some of them have been in the business for quite a while, kind of banging their head against the wall, doing different online programs without having any kind of real accountability or support. So I'll drop the link here where you can check out the program. And Claire says the KISS method, keep it simple, silly. Yeah, it is very simple. It is very simple. So you want to make sure that your marketing and your languaging lands with people. And then you're off to the races. You know, I remember, I'll tell you guys a story here. I got started in this business several years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. And I was a rock star in my job. I was, in the past life, I used to be a massage therapist. I love helping people. I was an energy practitioner. I did acupressure and study the emotional impacts on the physical body. It was like really fascinating. I went to a school in Montreal called the Natural Health Center Institute. It's no longer there, the NHC, and did all kinds of cool courses in spiritual psychotherapy and work right alongside an acupuncturist, and really, you know, deep dive for several years into how our emotions impact our physical body. I mean, it was mind-blowing. Then I got into law of attraction. I manifested a job living in Hawaii and selling mops and lint removers on stages, doing direct sales for 4 years. Became the best person in the company, where some days I made $1,000 a day. That was my first book, called From Bankrupt to Making $900 a Day. My road to getting started as an entrepreneur was very rocky and bumpy. I failed a lot. I did go bankrupt because I didn't understand the importance of copywriting, languaging, selling, marketing, the habits of being visible, delivering value, making offers every day. And I created this program to help other entrepreneurs avoid that learning curve. Or the clarity part of it, like we discussed earlier. So I remember being this rock star salesperson in, you know, selling mops. I became really, really good at this because I'm a performer. I love telling stories and, you know, love making people laugh. I love teaching. I love inspiring people. And but for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was I gonna do? Like, what was I gonna I was doing all these courses. I'd take the money I'd learned from make from the mop job, and I'd spend in all these events. I'd get on a plane, I'd travel over here, I'd do these courses, and I could not figure out for the life of me how to take what I knew and what I was good at, because I was really, I was a rock star in my job, and how to apply that to a different audience and start my business. I didn't know how to start my coaching business. It took me years. I spent so much money. I became so frustrated. I remember thinking like, maybe it's just not gonna, maybe I'm just like, I'm not cut out for this. And so I do a lot of live videos now, and I'm really passionate about, sharing copywriting tips and sales strategies, and the importance of getting clear, because it can really take a hit on your confidence. And that's dangerous, right? If you guys don't have clarity, if you don't have a sales attraction system, a way to generate leads and sales consistently in your business, you're just guessing it, you're winging it. There's no consistency. You can't pay your mortgage, with like tests and maybe this is gonna work. You need a system. You need to know what you need to do every day. So for years I struggled, I did all the courses. I even had a book. I spent a ton of money writing my first book. And then something interesting happened. I was writing the book. I had that published. I didn't have many clients, but I was doing all these things. I was writing books and making websites. And anyway, I joined this program about how to interview experts and do a telesummit. This was way back, my first like big online launch, which was an epic failure, but anyways, it was still a launch. It was called the Transformational Breakthrough Summit. And I thought I was gonna get a list of like 60,000 people, and I got a list of like 1,000 people. It cost me a ton of money. I had to do the program twice because it was so technological. It was like immersed in this world of online technology, and oh my God, it was so overwhelming. So I did the program twice. The first time I just was like a fly on the wall, listening and taking lots of notes and not taking any action. And also had a crazy relationship at that time that was a good excuse for me not to do my business, okay? It was like I had to take care of this crazy freaking guy who was a narcissist. And that was a good excuse about why I could never focus on my own life. So I had to heal that part of my life, right? And then that allowed me to really do the things I said that I was going to really do, like launch this business. Hey, what's up, Lisa? I can't freaking wait until all systems go. I can't wait to see on the inside myself. I'm so excited for you. And so got that relationship, finished that, started healing my own ways that I was showing up in my life, what I call healing all my energy leaks, doing the things I said I was going to do, and really start marketing. So I launched this telesummit, and it was so complicated. Oh my gosh, it was so complicated. I would not recommend doing that again. There's much easier ways to launch yourself online today. Thankfully, we teach this process in 8 weeks. Really simple. We get you started with a $5 a day Facebook advertisement. Everybody can spend $5 a day online. It's a cup of coffee at Starbucks, and start attracting a tribe, right? You're going to need people to market to. Hey, what's up, Liz? So anyways, launched this telesummit and thought I was going to get, really, make a ton of money with this. And was very disappointed because I generated only like 1,000 people on the launch. And then I said, okay, I'm going to start selling high-end coaching, so then I started promoting to the list, and I had 18 sales calls that failed, every single one of them. And I was telling the story actually last week to our sales team, so it's fresh on my mind. And I realized I don't really share that here often enough with you guys. Most people say, oh my God, Vanessa, you're this, confident rock star, and you're so authentic, and of course it's easy for you, but I had a very rocky start in my business, which is again why I'm so passionate about promoting and enrolling and showing you guys in 8 short weeks how to do this, right? In 8 weeks you guys could be having sales. It's October. In 8 weeks is like the new year here, right? 2019 is going to be starting in like 8 weeks. I was just looking at a calendar. How do you guys want to be starting your new year? Scratching your head and wondering how to do this, or like a rock star, like celebrating your clients? This can happen in 8 weeks, guys. You can do this. So again, 18 failed sales calls. It's the middle of winter. I'd quit my job. Okay, the second time I launched this whole, I'm really going to do this online business. And I said, okay, I'm going to quit my job, give myself some time and space. And what's the worst thing that can happen is, well, the worst thing that can happen is I have to go back to my job in March. Okay, so selling mops, you know what happens at Christmas time. It's the retail bonanza. You know, at the end of January is when everything kind of dies down in retail until about, you know, Easter time. So I said, I'll leave. And if I fail, I'll just pick up what's the worst thing I could do, you know, go back to my job in March. So January comes, it's the middle of winter. I launched this telesummit. There's a whole bunch of the whole thing crashes and burns. I'm not going to get into that. Had to hire this whole team. It was very expensive. It was very overwhelming. Finally got a list of 1,000 people, start to promote to them. I have 18 failed sales calls. And I remember one night, I finally figured out, you know, by accident, how to get it right. And I was dumbfounded, you know, because I kind of raced through the sales script. I didn't really care. And this woman said, sure, I'll buy, and gave me $3,600 on her credit card. This woman from Australia. And I remember hanging up the phone. It was like 7 o'clock at night. It was dark out. Middle of winter, after 18, I was at my wit's end. I was like, I'm maybe not cut out for them. I'm just going to, you know, freaking fold in my cards, go back to my job. Because, call after call every day, all day long, I was on the phone, 6 calls a day, all week, you know, spent 6 months setting this whole freaking shamboozle up, you know, and that was after a year of this, right? And finally, and that was it. I was off to the races. I was like, if I can do this once, man, I can do this again. And then I went to Costa Rica that winter. And I don't know if you guys know about Canadian winters, but they're brutal, okay? It's like minus 40. I'm born in January, like the coldest time of the year. So I left Montreal and I went to Costa Rica in March. Was it February or March? Spent 6 weeks there, came back. And decided I'm never spending another winter in Canada. That's it for me. And I started learning, you know, how to make offers and how to, you know, the actual habits and what I had to do every day and every week to make money as an online expert. And then I could take my laptop and go to Costa Rica. The next year I went back to Costa Rica. I went back to Hawaii. Then I rented out my house. I did that for a few years, and then I got rid of the house in Canada and moved to California. And now I'm here, you know, fast forward. We teach women all over the world how to shorten that learning curve into 8 weeks. You know, in 8 weeks we show you how to pick your lane, right? We talked about that at the beginning of the video. Who are you? What kind of a coach are you going to be? And then we show you how to create, you know, an audience and who is your avatar? What problems do they solve for profit? How do you talk about that? How do you make offers? And number 3, how do you get clear on the naming of your program, your signature system, right? So that it's you're selling something that people really want, and then market it. How to build a tribe online. We show you 2 tracks, so you can build a $5 a day Facebook ad, build a tribe of people, and learn how to monetize that group. And some of our clients get like 1,200 people, 1,700 people into the group by the end of 8 weeks. It's phenomenal. Imagine in 8 weeks you go from I'm overwhelmed with technology to I have a tribe of people. And I'm making offers, I'm getting on the phone, you're having sales calls, you're enrolling. I would show you guys here on my phone. I'm not on my computer, I'm on my phone, but I would show you some testimonials. You can also check out our website, Take Your Power Back Now. Hit the testimonials button. There's a tons of testimonials there. But that's what's possible for you guys. So I would love more than anything, I really would love more than anything to celebrate you having clarity in your business, confidence, and cash flow. That's what I would love to celebrate. And I invite you to join our 8-week bootcamp. I'll post the link here again. You can apply. It's by application only. And the reason we have an application is because I don't want to sell everyone. I really am looking for people that are serious about making this their career. And I'm seriously going to show you how to do that in 8 weeks. Instead of 8 months or, 2 years. So I hope you guys will join me. I'll post the link here below. It's 10K in 30-day program.com if you want to check out, what we teach week by week. And then the application itself, if you just want to go ahead and book a call with my team, is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. That's how to apply. You'll get on the phone. What happens when you apply? Well, you pick a time in our coaching calendar. A member of our team gives you a call at the time. We have you fill out a little application, answer some questions so we find out more about you and what you're struggling with. Some people are struggling really with sales calls. They're like, Vanessa, I get on the phone and everyone tells me they want it, but it's too expensive, or they have to think about it. So maybe that's where you're struggling. You might be struggling with the naming part, like we talked about today. Vanessa, I had this calling. I feel this, I know I'm wasting my time in my job. This is not my purpose, but it pays the bills, and I don't know, how to get started. I get this question a lot, like, what do I do first? And maybe you've already been in the game for a while, and maybe you already have a YouTube channel, or you have a website, and you have an audience, but you're not making offers. Maybe you're stuck on creating a program that, really speaks to people and is something that they want. So whatever it is, we'll get on the phone with you and spend about 45 minutes to an hour to, connect with you and look at where you're stuck in your business. And if we can help you, we'll invite you into the program. If we can't help you, or if we don't feel like it's a right fit, we'll give you some other resources. I've been doing this now for 10 years. We have over 50,000 people on our email list. I know a lot of people in the industry, so guaranteed, you'll get some tremendous value out of the call and a lot of clarity on what your next steps really should be. And that's what I got for you guys today. So that's how to get started, get clarity on those 3 areas, get into action, guys. And hey, what is possible in 8 weeks? You can change your whole life. I want that for you. Really, I want to celebrate that with you. And again, there's a lot of business coaches out there in the world. I do this because, I want women to, overcome fear and thrive. That's why women stay in bad jobs and bad relationships, because of fear. They don't know how, that there's something else out there that exists. They don't know, how to take apart their own limiting beliefs, their own gremlins. They don't know, how to position themselves. They don't know about marketing. It's not usually things that are taught in jobs, right? So that's why I do what I do, because I'm really passionate about helping women overcome fear and thrive. It's what has, if I look back to where I was 10 years ago, sometimes you get those pictures, on Facebook, when the memories, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, who was that? Pretty awesome. I can tell you, coaching is a lot more fulfilling than selling mops and lint removers, okay? So guys, I love you. Thanks for tuning in here today. Let me know if you have any questions for me. Of course, drop them here in the chat box, whether you're watching this replay or if you're tuning in live. I always do a twirl here every day in the Facebook pages and groups and see if there's any questions I can answer. And I love you, Rockstar. Keep showing up.